My life has always been like a roller coaster, but today it turned into a full-blown off-road adventure. I was joined by the real thrill seekers, Sathvik, James, and Shreyas, born to explore and never afraid to push limits. When Sunday turns wild, it was a gloomy Sunday, rain all around. Most people would stay home, but not us. Me and Sathvik looked at the weather, looked at the jeep, and said let's go feel some real adventure. The original plan was to drive up to Mandalpatti. Sathvik's jeep was fired up and ready. Rain was pouring, visibility was terrible, and roads almost disappeared in the fog. But Sathvik drove like a pro. We made our first stop at Abe Kohli Falls for a quick tea break. A moment to warm up, laugh, and keep moving forward. Then came a twist. Shreyas entered the scene, late, loud, and full of alternate ideas. Because of his timing, debates began. Some of us said we could reach Mandalpatti. Others said it was too late. Finally, with no solid direction, Shreyas threw out a bold new plan. He said let us go to Kote Betta. No second thoughts. Everyone agreed. The jeep turned and we were officially off to Kote Betta. We took the route toward Somvapet. Kote Betta stood tall, one of Coorg's highest peaks. It sits at 5,400 feet, a place full of stories. The name means Fort Hill. Locals believe the Pandavas once stayed here during their exile. The trek starts near Hattihole Bridge and runs around 10 kilometers through coffee estates and dense forests. There's a Lord Shiva temple at the summit with a beautiful flat ground to sit and soak in the silence of the mountains. On the way, we stopped briefly for pictures. Sathvik, as always, had the eye for perfect frames. He asked me to fly the drone. I hesitated. The wind was strong and risky. But after some confidence from Sathvik, I launched it. Within seconds, it flew away. The wind grabbed it and I lost control. The drone flew 300 to 400 meters away. My heart dropped. To make things worse, the battery went low and triggered return to home mode. But it did not land where we were. It landed deep in a coffee estate. We searched with tension running high. Finally, we spotted it among the plants. Relief kicked in. Laughter returned. The adventure continued. The rain grew heavier. Roads turned rougher. Proper off-roading began. The jeep slid, bumped, climbed and swerved through thick forest tracks. Laughter was non-stop. Jokes flying. Then James flew too. He tripped and fell while running in excitement. We laughed so hard we almost forgot the rain. We reached the first viewpoint. Clouds covered everything. No scenic views, just endless mist. But that did not stop us from enjoying the moment. Now it was time to reach the final Kote Betta spot. We drove through mud tracks filled with thick clay. Only 50 meters left. That was all. But the jeep would not move. All four wheels spun helplessly. The soil was like glue. We tried pushing. We tried reversing. Nothing worked. Rain lashed. Wind howled. The peak was right there. But we were stuck. Against all odds, we finally made it. The jeep pushed through. The rain let up. And we reached the summit, the Kote Betta temple. Locals say this hill carries the echoes of legends. It's believed that the Pandavas spent part of their exile here, building stone shelters that still stand as silent witnesses to ancient times. The view? Unreal. Mist swirling through the hills, the forest stretching into infinity. It was Coorg in its raw, wild glory. But beyond the view, we realized we had already won. A drone that flew off. A jeep that almost gave up. A fall we'll never let James forget. A route that changed midway. And friendships that grew stronger through every twist. This was more than a destination. This was our story. Sealed in rain, mud, laughter, and pure chaos. This was Kote Betta. Pure Coorg rain. Pure laughter. Pure madness. If you enjoyed this wild ride, don't forget to like, share, and follow, because more stories are always on the way.